Hello, Bison Catholic, and welcome. I'm excited to kick off a new series with all of you where we do student testimonies and capture what God is doing in the life of the Bison Catholic students. So this is our first iteration of that, and so I'm really excited to be able to bring that to all of you. And I have with me today Veronica Pavek, one of our students here. And so welcome, Veronica.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Definitely.
I'm excited.
No, this is exciting. You are the inaugural interview, so this is great.
I'm honored.
Yeah. So why don't, to kick things off, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of your time at the Newman Center generally?
Yeah. So I am a student at NDSU. I'm in my third year. I'll be finishing up this spring, actually. I came from Dickinson, North Dakota. I was raised there for the past, I'd say, 12 years. Originally from Minnesota, moved to Dickinson, North Dakota, went to Catholic schools there. Growing up, I grew up in a very cradle Catholic household. My parents were born and raised Catholic as well, so very blessed in that way to have that formation, and then went through Catholic schools for most of my life. Received great formation there. But my heart wasn't always at a place to receive that. I was learning a lot, but just not quite.
And when did you get involved with Bison Catholic and St. Paul's Newman Center?
Yes, yeah. So my mom, when I went to college, she was like, Veronica, you got to get involved with Bison Catholic, because she met with someone. It might have, I don't know if it was you.
Who knows? I see a lot of people. So
But she got involved with someone before I came to college, and she's like, you need to get involved with that focus group. You need to get involved with Bison Catholic. And I was like, no, I'm finally out of the house. I'm done. I'm not going to.
I'm doing my thing.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I didn't right away get involved. I went to Sunday masses here, but kind of just kept my arm length distance away from the Newman Center as far as events and things. But then for some reason, I really don't remember what got me here, but I remember coming here to study. I just went to the coffee shop because I wanted to get off campus.
Definitely.
And I wanted to go somewhere, have a coffee, do my homework. And I just remember sitting in the coffee shop. I hadn't really met anyone at all from the Newman. And one of the old Focus missionaries, Fabiola, came up to me and she's like, hello, what's your name? And just kind of, invested her time in me. And the beginning of college was just a very lonely time for me, just being away from my family, not really having a lot of new friends, not a whole lot. I was I was make new friends,
right?
Just because I didn't have a lot of friends coming here, so just kind of was ready for someone to see me and talk to me, and that's exactly what she did. So after that, she invited me to a Bible study. I went to 2 of them. It was an upperclassman Bible study, so it just didn't work out. But then I got connected with a different Bible study with just some mutual people, Courtney Bitts. After that, I started just attending Bible studies, every week, every other week, and bring my roommates along, and we were able to kind of grow in the faith together, which was really cool.
So you had friendship, which was a desire, a genuine desire of your heart. But then that friendship was then based around your mutual exploring of the faith and who is Jesus and how do I live this out? Things like that.
Yeah, it was really beautiful to see my relationship with my roommates grow so much once Christ was at the center and we were able to share that and grow in that together. It was just we were roommates. We got along, but once we started attending those Bible studies together, we really just got a lot deeper into those friendships.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
I think
what changed with you guys when Christ was inserted into the mix of your friendship?
Right, I think just having those shared beliefs and just getting into deeper questions of okay, who are we? What are we doing here? What are we doing at college?
Yeah.
I think we kind of got into the college scene for a little bit, and we're all just a little lost, and to just have that group each week where we could just like really just like be honest with each other. Yeah, just like that space of like genuine connection was just really good. And yeah.
Yeah, because all of a sudden, you mentioned the college scene, and those things are perhaps fun and exciting for people in a moment,
Yeah.
but then they kind of leave you.
Mm-hmm.
They leave you wanting for something more.
Yeah.
And even in our natural friendships, I think it can be that way.
Yeah.
And then when Christ becomes the focal point, there's a whole new vista open to us, a whole new territory for friendship that we get to share together in him.
Right. Yeah. I remember coming to college and I was really just like looking, I was like, I just really want these certain friends. And I remember like praying. I was like, God, just help me find friends. And I thought it'd be like in some club I would find these friends, or in my major. And I did find friends through those.
Right.
But God wanted me to find those friends here and also bring my friends that I met, in the dorms or whatever, and like really grow those friendships here. Like I didn't even think that, those friends I've been praying for were actually just like going to be strengthened here or found here.
Yeah. What a beautiful prayer to pray.
Yeah.
Lord, send me good friends. Yeah. And when we have such an authentic prayer of the heart like that, I can't help but think our Lord is so eager to answer that prayer for us. Yeah. So recently, you mentioned you're in a Bible study, right? And those are offered through Focus. For those who might not have heard of Focus, maybe there's somebody watching or listening that isn't around the Newman Center a lot or doesn't know Bison Catholic. What is Focus?
Focus stands for Fellowship of Catholic University Students, and it's an organization that sends missionaries to college campuses, and they serve the student body. They serve the Newman Center. They host Bible studies. They disciple students. And just like really pour into students. And like that Focus missionary, Fabiola, she just encountered a random person she saw just kind of on their own and just like getting people like more involved and plugged into the Newman Center.
Yeah, I reflect back on my own time at the Newman Center many years ago. So, but Focus was brand new on this campus, and there was a missionary, and I escaped and I dodged and I ducked, not trying to get registered after Mass, and he perched himself out on the corner of the street outside the Newman Center, and he found me. And I often think, if he hadn't been there and I did kind of duck and dodge and escape people, what would my life have been like without getting connected with a Bible study, with those friends? And it kind of frightens me a little bit to think about what the alternative would have been, because it's just so good now. And it sounds like Fabiola did that for you as well. Yeah.
No, I think of that often too. Like, what if that day I just decided to, stay in my dorm, whatever.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure the Lord would have worked in other ways, but it was really.
Yeah. But in his love and his providence, here we are. So now Focus just had a conference in Salt Lake City, Utah called Seek, and you went to it.
I did.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about that. What was your Seek experience like?
Yeah. So that was my second Seek I attended. I went last year in St. Louis. The Seek, it was a little different for me. My first Seek was like just this incredible life-changing experience. It was awesome. And this Seek, I went into it kind of with the same intention as last time, like, not huge expectations, but wherever the Lord wants to move me, I was open to that. And I went in with a more leader mindset. I was like, hey, how can I grow as a leader? And how can I like prepare myself for life after college? Or I guess I didn't really know exactly what I was going to go into the conference like getting. But I think there wasn't any like certain talk that really, was like reaching out to me. But I just think being there, adoration mass every day, and interacting with other college students was just really beautiful.
What do you think was probably one of the more inspiring things that you saw while you were there?
I was really inspired seeing all of the Focus missionaries and like all of just like the students interacting with them, I just thought it was so beautiful. And same with like the brothers and sisters, like just all the religious life and just their investment and their love for like all these students attending. I just thought that was so beautiful. And like they just wanted to talk to everyone.
Yeah.
And like just wanted to receive us and receive our hearts.
There's a real joy in a moment like that, because I've been to countless of these conferences too, and they weren't always called Seek. The name has evolved over the years. And I like you this year, usually when I go into it, it's from a mindset of, all right, Lord, well, let's see what we experience, because I have an idea of what to expect, right? It's not brand new. I think the first time we experience it, our eyes are opened, our heart is opened, and the first taste of that real deep and abiding joy and love is very moving, right? But then you know what to expect, so you start looking for it. But God has surprises usually, and I find that in the same way you've just described, very much it's the people that I get to encounter, right? And I love seeing the religious as well. I like to collect all the different kinds of habits there are. It's like, oh, that one looks very different. Wow, I've never seen that one before. It's good, but it's amazing to see how the Lord brings together people from all over the world, all walks of life, and it's a profound thing to be able to take part in that and be there in one place and one purpose for the same goal, is to draw near to God and to one another. Yeah. Did the Lord give you any particular graces at Seek this year?
Yeah, I think this is a very interesting season of my life, and I have just like a lot of uncertainty, and just not knowing exactly what the next step is for me. So that can cause a lot of stress, anxiety, but the Lord just allowed me to feel very at peace with like where I'm at, and I just left understanding that I went to the litany, sorry, this is a little backtrack. I went to the litany of trust talk. And that was like, I guess like if I would say there was like a couple talks, like there was the women's talks, but that talk specifically was just really good to hear. And I trust that the Lord has a plan for me, but sometimes I'm really impatient. I'm like, okay, I know you have something, but it's like, I want to know it now. Like I'm ready to like receive that now. I think I left and I was like, hey, I have this beautiful community here. I have all these people. Let me be present here while I can be, and like just trust that like the next step is just gonna happen naturally, and like I don't need to like stress over like what that's gonna look like or when the timing of it's gonna be. So it just like allowed me to leave and come back here, just being a lot more present to like what I like have been blessed with.
That's actually really, really incredible, because I think there's a certain poverty of spirit that you're being invited into in that moment that says actually right here and now is enough. Like to be here with these people and here with the Lord is enough. And that he's a good father, right? And it's his good pleasure to bestow the kingdom upon us, right? And so you're his beloved daughter. And because of that, he's so very eager to give that to you. And sometimes our disposition of heart just simply needs to be abiding in him in that space. And I'm a gardener as a hobby. No one would ever pay me to be a gardener. Let's make that very, very clear. But as a hobby, I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And through gardening over the years, I've really come to have a deep respect for timing. That timing actually matters a lot when you're trying to design and plant and cultivate and prune the ideal, most beautiful full garden that you can. If you plant too soon, the seeds won't germinate, or the plants, if they get transplanted in, might not survive an unexpected frost. So timing of planting and soil temperature becomes very important. The timing of when you water them can be very important for the root structure. When you fertilize them might be very important. And then even the timing of what plants you might place next to each other matters if you're going for maybe a a certain aspect of beauty in your design of your garden. And so I've learned to place certain plants next to each other because one blooms early, another blooms in the summer, and some bloom very late in the season. So you kind of get the nice color all the way throughout. And sometimes it's just simply getting the right kind of conditions present for that growth to actually happen. And so I think maybe the analogy here is, in many ways, and Jesus uses agricultural images all over the place, right? The sower and the seeds. What kind of soil is our heart? Is it well prepared? Even the timing of the harvest. There's many parables about, hey, should we harvest it now? And sometimes it's about, how to bear that maximal fruit. So he uses all of these, but he may be drawing something out in your life right now where it's actually, just wait. Because the good thing that I have, I'm preparing it, and the timing's not right yet. But that doesn't mean you're out of luck for now, because look at all the good things that you have here, which is such a beautiful grace that you received at Seek, that you could be so conscious of the present moment. That's an amazing gift.
Oh yeah, that is such a beautiful analogy.
And
to like or in my mind, like imagine like like the soil and the plants and all of that, and then that is so like you can just like connect all the things, like the different people like walking along with you, like who's next to you in that, and
and who knows that relationality, right? There might be a purpose of your life and their lives being together in this space right now. That's where just leaning on divine providence is so very important as we make that pilgrimage and hope towards our Lord. It's so very important that we're docile to that. There's a plant, I think I verified this. If not, the fact checkers will get me. But I think it's a bamboo plant.
Okay.
And it will spend 5 years under the soil, like the root systems there under the soil. And in a matter of days, it will grow so rapidly that you can actually have a camera on it, film it, and you can see the thing stretching out little by little. And it grows to, I forget the full height, but it's huge. It's like the size of a tree, kind of a big. And it does it in a matter of days. And it's just preparing, unbeknownst to any outside observer, underneath the soil, getting everything ready, and then it just explodes and it goes shooting right up. And I've often thought that's kind of a fascinating thing that in all of creation that the Lord put something like that in nature, because there's so many good, sort of his wisdom is in some ways interwoven through all of creation, and we can glean that from him. Just even by observing the natural creation that he's made. So I often think of that bamboo plant when I'm in a season of like, how long, O Lord? I'm like the psalmist. I'm like, how long?
That makes me think of just like a child in a mother's womb too. Just like all the different things that are slowly developing and just like preparing the child to like be in the external world.
And I've been so privileged. My wife and I, we have 5 wonderful children at home, and so I've seen this happen over and over again. And actually, some of the most important work happens before anybody's aware of it, just on a cellular level. My background is in genetics and molecular biology, so I'm always fascinated by this too. So some of the most important things that are happening in the life of that person happen, and the mother may not even know that she is conceived yet. And the things are so important in that stage of development that if there is an error somewhere in that, it might even be the life of the child that's at risk, that the child may not be able to actually reach a viable gestation to be born, and there's all sorts of things genetically that can happen. So, even in that stage, it's so critical, and it's amazing to me how often it just ends with complete perfection. Like it all happened on an impossible level, and I didn't really have to think about or do anything. The Lord actually made it to be that way and is guiding that process. No, it's yeah, the life in the womb. That is another great
Yeah,
analogy.
yeah. Just
Yeah.
like imagining that, yeah, like all the time spent there, and
Mhm.
then the baby leaves the womb, and it's just like
Yeah.
I think of like I have a niece, and like just like
Mhm.
every time I see her, she's just getting so big, and like
So much
all these
bigger,
things are
yeah.
happening. So yeah, just like reminding me of
Yeah.
that bamboo plant.
Yeah. They don't stay little for long, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
that's beautiful too.
Yeah. So, you're in a season of sort of peaceful waiting, right, for the Lord. Um, what do you do on a day to day while you sort of wait in this space with Him? Like, what does your prayer life look like?
I would say especially the past couple weeks, I've been really trying to figure out how this looks with like new schedules,
Mhm.
new commitments, all of that. But I feel like throughout my day, I just kind of have like a constant prayer life, I
Mhm.
guess. Like,
Yeah.
each morning, sometimes this is what gets me out of the bed in the morning
Mhm.
is like, Lord, whatever you want me to do today, like, let me do it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, I'm ready to go. Like,
Yeah.
get me up.
Yeah.
So yeah, even like that. And then yeah, just being able to like have this space too,
Mhm.
to come here and, you know, do whatever I'm doing here, and then have like the chapel to just like spend 30 minutes at a time, or if I have time, like an hour,
Mhm.
and just sit. Sometimes just sit and listen, and sometimes, just like share how I'm feeling with the Lord. But yeah, my prayer life right now is just really reflecting on like the gifts God has given me,
Mhm.
and like how can I use those like to serve Him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's when we become grateful for the things that the Lord has given us, it's impossible, I would submit anyway, it's impossible to not start to see goodness around every corner when we have that, oh wow, this is a great gift, thank you, Lord. Become a greater awareness. All of a sudden we start seeing good around every corner. And those were some real opportunities, and further invitations may lie, and that's the grand adventure. What would you say to somebody either on the campus of North Dakota State University or any college campus, or maybe just anywhere that doesn't have a relationship with Jesus, and you wanted to invite them into that? What would you say to them to encourage them that this is worthy of giving your life over to?
I think in college, everyone's looking for purpose, and like I think especially deeper into college, you're trying to find like that deeper meaning. Like, why do I want to do this? Like, what even is the purpose of this? Like, what is the purpose? Like, it's just like
What's
I mean,
it
even
for?
yeah. So yeah, I would just invite college students to just explore that, and like I don't know, I've just been able to, through prayer and just like building a relationship with Christ, like find just a greater confidence in myself and a greater trust in just like the process of things, and like any hardships or just struggles I'm placed in, or I have to replace myself in, to just like understand like why that has happened. But yeah, just like finding a greater peace and confidence in that.
Yeah.
Those things have happened for a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think of like any college students that haven't even explored it, like just give it a chance. And like college students are trying everything, so it's like, why not try this?
Why not try? That's
yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. In the marketplace of ideas, give it a shot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's so beautiful, like just like even a couple of people in my life I can think of that I've invited, or I've heard that have been invited through someone else, and sometimes it took a couple masses or a couple times, but like they just found such a deep peace and just like attending these things and just like growing in that way. And yeah, it might have not been if they hadn't been invited. So I just think that invitation on like the college campus is just so important to get people here.
Yeah. Yeah, personal invitation.
Yeah.
We say that often around here, is that there's no substitute for a personal invitation. Yeah, but you would encourage them then to, give it a try, and that in fact there's great peace to be found here, great friendship to be found here. Yeah, great purpose. Yeah, excellent. Do you have any final thoughts or anything about the Seek Conference, or just your relationship with the Lord in general?
I think often when sharing like a testimony, or like just like someone asking like I remember a priest asking me like what happened, like what was that big moment for you?
Yeah.
It's like, honestly, there wasn't like one moment. Like the Lord has just been like slowly planting seeds in my life, and just like placing people, opportunities to just grow closer to him. And I think you don't need to have some aha moment to like have just like a beautiful story to share, and like just like to be at a place where
it's maybe less of a light switch and more of like a dawn, a sunrise.
Right. And I like to think of like a roller coaster too. Like, yes, I have my low moments, and then I go back, and so but all beautiful ways to just like build that testimony and that story more. Yeah. So
definitely.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of beautiful opportunities here that have kind of allowed me to just have those slow baby steps to just
the Lord's patient with the pace that you're able to take. That he's not going to ask you to scale a mountain if you can only handle one step up, right?
Yeah.
He's very, very patient and gentle in that way.
Yeah, I think of that often. Like he did not force me to like do anything, or to to like have that relationship with him. Like he's always been there. I think of that too, like when I was in high school, like if I would have wanted to then, like he was there, but he was patient with me and allowed me to, make some mistakes, or just kind of find some other ways to finally ultimately like pursuing like a deeper relationship with him.
So. Well, praise God. Well, thanks for joining me today here, and for sharing your testimony, Veronica. And it's just a treat to be able to be around all of you college students, because I get to see the Lord working amazing things in each of your life. So I have a real privilege and honor. So thank you for just the gift of your faith and your witness to that faith.
Yeah, no, and thank you. Yeah, I feel very blessed to be able to learn from you, and all the people here that serve us. So thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all for listening or watching wherever you might be, and we hope to make this a regular occurrence where we can share some of our student testimonies with all of you, and just allow you to hear the good things that God is doing in their life. So God bless you all, Bison Catholic, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.